Hello again and welcome back to CruiseAway, your only port of call every day to seek out the latest and greatest cruise and stay adventures available directly from our wonderful team here in Oz. Remember, we've been sailing the world and unlocking the biggest deals for over 25 years. So we've always got you covered. This time we're cruising with Italian cruise line MSC, known for their glitzy ships and enormous value for money when it comes to their sailings, which include gratuities as standard. We'll also be saying cheers to some included drinks in this show too. Later, we're taking a grand Panama adventure with MSC Poesia for April next year, which starts in the Americas and then heads over to an exciting maiden season cruising in Alaska, and you'll be there. We'll also be heading to Spain and the Med for November with a city break in Barcelona. But first, for February of next year, how about heading to the Caribbean for an escape? Yes, please. Our 17 nights start by flying you from Sydney over to Miami in the States for a 3-night hotel stay. Oh my word, lovely Miami. This is perfect. This sets the scene for your fabulous Caribbean cruise. And it's a Caribbean cruise with a difference actually, because you've got a really interesting itinerary going on here. Your time in Miami, do with as you please. Enjoy the fabulous food in Miami. You've got lots of attractions in the city and of course lots of fabulous beaches to enjoy as well. Then we are on board MSC Divina. Now, she is a wonderful ship and actually very Italian in her styling. She is classic MSC cruising. You can see there that she has got lots of vibrant colours and personalities right the way through the ship. Beautifully decorated. This is like stepping into Venice and stepping into wonderful boutique surroundings. They are incredible, these ships. They are the ones, of course, that have those glamorous Swarovski inlaid staircases where the professional photographers on board will take your pictures. You'll take your own pictures there as well. You'll just love it. It feels the greatest. It's got an indoor pool there as well with a retractable roof. Don't think you'll be needing that retractable roof on this itinerary because we're out in the Caribbean, but you never know. They also have infinity pools, as you can see, which are lovely. So you've got that really nice sort of water's edge feel as you're sailing between places too. Beautiful spa on board. I was recently on one of the MSC ships myself, enjoying a wonderful combination of a massage and a facial, which they did on a great deal. They have special spa promotions as you go through your cruise, which is lovely. You can buy packages for specialty dining and things like that while you're on board. Talking of which, lots of included dining, wonderful main dining with lots of choices on the menus. You've always got the buffet there, the calumet buffet, but you've also got the Butcher's Cut Steakhouse on board, and you've got sushi. Kaito Sushi is on board as well if you fancy treating yourself to something just that little bit cut above on the odd night of your Caribbean cruise. But you'll love the fact that there's lots of different places and spaces around the ship. And of course, they do the most dramatic world-class shows in the theatre for you as well, which you'll enjoy night after night after night. And the good parties as well, because we're out in the Caribbean after all. So we're sailing for 11 nights out of Miami. Our first day's at sea. And we're heading to Jamaica, where you can hear the steel drums, you can hear the music in the air. Oh, it's wonderful. You can go bamboo rafting on the Martha Brae here, which is a very exciting experience, or head to Dunn's River Falls, a day at sea. And we are in Colombia, in Cartagena. And you've got a tour here where you can head to the Rosario Islands, which are nearby, and enjoy their pristine beaches and go snorkeling and have a lovely lunch there, or wander Cartagena itself. Next is Colon in Panama, where you can take a rainforest walk here through an trail, should I say, through the lush rainforest and see its wonderful diverse wildlife. It's a fascinating city too. Then we head to Costa Rica. Now, the only thing I'll ever recommend in Puerto Limon is the sloth sanctuary. You've got to go there and see them in their wonderful surroundings. Just gorgeous. Next, we head after a day at sea to Roatan in Honduras. Now, here's the thing to do. Take a glass bottom boat and enjoy a lovely scenic cruise here to see the underwater world without getting wet and just enjoying the lovely sunshine there. A day at sea, and then we are in paradise for the day. This is Ocean Key. This is MSC's own marine reserve in the Bahamas. I was there not long ago and it is beautiful. You can hire cabanas here. You can hire big kind of floating beach mats in the lagoon. You can go to a nearby stingray experience. They've got food trucks on the island. It is just a delicious day, and it is just you and the passengers on board the ship that are on the marine reserve. So it feels so exclusive. You disembark back in Miami, and that is where we will then fly you back to Oz very reluctantly. And you'll be like, I love that. I love the price I paid. I love the time I had. I love all the different places that we went to. And you get very addicted to their own private island in the Bahamas. It is pure paradise. It was wonderful. What an incredible day. That will stay with me for a long time, let me tell you, and I can't wait to go back, and I am going back at the end of this year as well. So what a great way of seeing a variety of places in one trip. This is for February of next year, and it's over 17 nights. Included is your flight from Sydney over to Miami, 3 nights there in a hotel, which is just brilliant. We can make it longer if you want to, no problem. And then you've got 11 nights of cruising the Caribbean on MSC Divina, one of their slightly smaller ships, classic ships, beautiful. Gratuities are included. Oh, we've also got your Easy Plus drinks package included as well. Cheers to that. And remember, on the itinerary, you have that day at their own marine reserve in the Bahamas. The drinks package goes onto the island with you as well. You cruise back into Miami for your flight back to Oz. Deposit today to make it happen. And here's the price we're locking in. And I would suggest locking it in quickly, because these Caribbean itineraries with MSC book very quickly. They're an Italian cruise line, so very big in Europe, in the UK as well, and in America. America is really waking up to the wonderful opportunities and the value that an MSC cruise offers in the Caribbean. Now remember, for the Americans, Miami is on their doorstep. For us, it's a bit of a journey over there. So the sooner you book, the sooner we can guarantee your place. A deposit today locks it in for you. Here's an overview of the offer and everything that's included, plus your opportunity there if you want to upgrade your stateroom on board to an ocean view, to a balcony. Maybe you're thinking of a suite. Why not? If this is a big celebration of some sort, or you're not paying for it. maybe it's a honeymoon adventure, and maybe your honeymoon is your wedding list. Then go crazy and go for the best you possibly can. You've already got so much included in that. Remember, you've got your flights, and while you're on board, you've got your Easy Plus drinks package, and your gratuities are already included. It's full board anyway, so you've got included dining 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which is amazing. Room service, of course, is one of those options as well. Entertainment on board, activities on board, and so much more. You will love it. Call us now, 1300 412 358. Lovely. Oh, cannot wait to show you this next one. It's a Grand Panama adventure, which also includes Alaska. Now, this is a biggie for the 21st of April next year. It's 31 nights in total, and I can't wait to show you this. We fly again on this one first from Sydney over to Miami. We've got 2 nights in a hotel in Miami this time. Glorious city. I mean, listen, if all you do for your couple of days is go down to South Beach and just enjoy, and maybe go down and see the Wynwood Arts District and things like that, Little Havana, you can do all of that. If you just do that, you'll have had the greatest of times. Now, it's time for us to be on board our cruise now. We're taking a double cruise here as well. This is really interesting. Now, this is MSC Poesía. Now, I can't wait for you to take this cruise, and I can't wait to take a cruise on MS Poesía. I'm actually cruising Alaska next year on MSC Poesía, and you're doing Alaska on this cruise as well. She's one of the smaller MSC ships, so just over 3,000 passengers, which is great. So a slightly more intimate feel than some of the larger seaside class with MSC, if you're familiar with those. Wonderful sounding names to the bars and the restaurants. It really does feel like true Italy, a floating Italy resort, like stepping into the unique surroundings of Venice for me on board Poesia. You will absolutely love it. It's got a wonderful atrium, which is a nice big kind of, you know, feature of the ship. It's across 3 decks. There's live music happening. There's a wonderful waterfall there. And there are lots and lots of different bars and lounges as you make your way through the ship. The main dining, the 2 main dining restaurants are absolutely terrific, by the way. Really nice kind of grand affair dining, you know, as little as or as much as you want each evening. You have the buffet experience as well if you want to. If you can't really quite make up your mind, what do I fancy tonight, you can have a little bit of everything in the buffet. Of course, they have a fully equipped gym with amazing views out to sea, as you can see. A fully equipped Aurea spa, which is wonderful. So if you want massage treatments, you want to treat yourself to a facial, manicure, pedicure, have your hair done, whatever you want to, you absolutely can, because this ship is all about exploring. It's all about enjoying slightly more intimate cruising with MSC, but really getting into the heart of the destination. Now, everything you need is on board. As you can see, you've got shopping opportunities there. There's a nightclub on board as well. I'm looking forward to sampling that when I go to Alaska. S32 it's called. It's the place to be at night. Can't wait to see that. They've got a big theatre called the Carlo Felice with all the big production shows nightly. It's over 2 levels as well. Lovely photo gallery for you. You can buy some of the artworks that are on board. And of course, the professional photographers will be on board during your cruise as well to take those, you know, special night pictures that you can take home and enjoy the wonderful memories. There's the buffet restaurants, of which there are 2, which is wonderful. You have a Kaito sushi specialty dining restaurant on board, and there are some of your entertainment options while you're on board. 25 nights of cruising then. A couple of days at sea. We're in Cartagena in Colombia. You've got lots to see here, including the famous mud volcano, the Volcan de Dodo El Totemo, which is a mouthful for you, but it's worth going to see. Next, we cruise on into Colón, where you can go to the old compound here and see the ruins of century convents and residents going all the way back to the 17th century, which is wonderful. Then we transit through the Panama Canal. Now, you can learn a lot about the Panama Canal history in advance while you're in Colón in Panama, but there'll be guides talking you through the experience of the Panama Canal. The other end of that, we're in Costa Rica, in Punta Arenas, where you can head to Magdalena Island, which is a nature sanctuary nearby. You can take a tour there to see the Magellan penguins. 3 days at sea. We're now in Mexico, in Cabo San Lucas. Now, you can sail to Chileno Bay on a catamaran tour here and enjoy snorkeling and swimming if you fancy, which sounds very, very nice indeed. A day at sea, and then we are in San Diego in the US. Now, you can go whale watching on a little cruise here, which is a guided sailing tour showing you all the magical marine life in San Diego. Next, we head to lovely La La Land, Los Angeles. Again, there are guided city tours here as well. Maybe you want to go around the famous shopping districts like Rodeo Drive or downtown in LA, where you can find lots and lots of shopping opportunities. 3 days at sea, we are now in Seattle. Now, this is where we're starting our second cruise on this, because we're essentially taking 2 cruises. So, of course, you've got the day to explore Seattle, get up the Space Needle, have a walk around the markets there if you fancy, and then we're heading off to Alaska after a day at sea. We are in Ketchikan. You can take an excursion to Totem Bight and the city here, or see an authentic Alaskan lumberjack show, which is so many people will book up that tour. It'll book up really quickly. Next, we head into Icy Strait Point. Now, this is lovely. You can take lots and lots of tours here as well. There are lovely wildlife tours. And there's also an ATV tour expedition you can do here as well. Through Tracy Arm, we will head to Juneau in Alaska now. The Mendenhall Glacier is the main attraction here. It's one of the biggest there is on Earth, which is wonderful, and you can learn a lot about it on a guided tour too. We've got a day at sea, and then we are into Victoria in Canada, where you can wander those wonderful butch art gardens, which are very, very popular, should be coming into full bloom at this time of the year as well. There's also a sightseeing tour bus, which you can take around Victoria as well. Now, we disembark and end the cruise in Seattle, but we're staying here. We're staying for 2 nights in Seattle. It's a wonderful city to get around and enjoy. You can take a full city tour here if you fancy. There's the incredible Pioneer Square, the Waterfall Garden Park. It's got a wonderful central waterfront. We mentioned earlier the Pike Place Market, which you can spend some time in. Nice nightlife as well. It's called the Emerald City as well. It's green all year round. So you've got plenty of things to do there over your 2 nights before we then fly you back to Oz. Oh my word. Now, look away around this itinerary. It's incredible, isn't it? Of course, starting over in the States and making your way here, there and everywhere through the Panama Canal and beyond, and then a second cruise which takes you Seattle to Seattle around Alaska. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. In fact, the Alaska itinerary that you're taking as part of this cruise, I'm taking myself in September next year, and I cannot wait, honestly. So if you're taking this, I'd love to hear from you when you get back, because I would love to hear your experiences, particularly in Alaska, because I've never been before. And this is a great chance to kind of do a lot of bucket list ticking all in one holiday, because this is a double cruise bonanza on board a slightly more intimate MSC ship, and included in our offer, which is so good actually. So this is how it works. Your flight from Sydney to Miami included, 2 nights in a hotel there included, and then your back-to-back cruising Panama and the States, and then your other Alaska itinerary as well. You don't have to get on and off and recheck in and out in between. We've done it as one for you. It's 25 nights in all. Your service charges are included, which is great. And of course, at the end of the cruise, you've got your 2-night hotel stay in Seattle and the flight back from Seattle to Sydney. Have a little guess at what you think that number might be, that final price tag, because you can put, whatever it is, you can put a deposit down today to know that it's happening. So that's good. So you can put the plans in place today, and I can lock in a great price for you. If I said $11,000 each, would you think that would great value for money for what you know what we've talked through? It would be, but it's not our price tag, so don't worry about that. A low deposit today, and this is the price that we're locking in today. That's incredible. So a low deposit today for a mega holiday, which happens April of next year, and we're locking in that price with a low deposit today. Oh, one more thing. The Alaska part of the cruise itinerary actually includes your Easy Plus drinks package. It's brilliant. And of course, you can buy a package on board for the other cruise, or in fact, talk to our team about what it would be to add that package to the first part of the cruise as well. Completely up to you, completely flexible, but your drinks package for the Alaska part of this, that's on us and part of that deal at $7,499 for a low deposit today. Here's an overview then of the offer and everything that it does include. It's a good one, isn't it? I mean, actually, are you looking at each other now saying, that's really interesting? And listen, if you've forgotten the first half of the itinerary, you remembered the Alaska bit, but you've forgotten the rest. See that number on the left-hand side of the screen there, the cruise ID, just under the MSC logo there. Pop that long number into our website at cruiseaway.com.au and it will take you directly to the offer. And what that will do is it will break down the itinerary day by day, and it'll give you more information than I've got time to go through everything and all the places and all the different things that you can do in those places. Of course, you've got shore excursion opportunities while you're in the ports as well, and lots of information while you're on the cruise. So please don't feel like you have to do a big homework session before you go, because lots of information is on the ship for you as well. So with that said, let's get our deposits in today. 1300 412 358 is that toll-free number. And let's bring you another amazing MSC cruise deal right now from us here at CruiseAway. And this time we're heading to Spain and the Mediterranean for 2 weeks. and this leaves on the 3rd of November, flying from Sydney over to Barcelona, where we will transfer you to your hotel, and you will then enjoy 4 nights in a hotel in Barcelona for you to have the most incredible time, a splendid time before you cruise on Splendida. You'll love Barcelona. Forgive me if you've been there before, but just for those people not in the know, it's an incredible city in Catalonia in Spain. It has so many highlights, it really does. So many attractions for you to see, the amazing architecture, the wonderful parks. There are wonderful tours that you can take there as well. And from splendid Barcelona to MSC Splendida, which is actually apparently Italian for splendid. There you go. Yes, I think so. And here we are for the next 7 nights. She's an amazing ship. Another one of those wonderful classic MSC cruise ships. So that real lovely Italian flair and glamour. And you'll love meeting the officers and the captain on board. The Italian captains that the MSC cruise ships have, they are very funny. They have great personalities. And you'll meet them as well as part of the cruise one way or the other, whether it's the captain welcoming the officers on a big display in the atrium, or just generally around the ship as well. I mean, look at just how smart and golden and shining and how vibrant all of the venues and the places and spaces are on board. Take it as read. You've got a lovely range of included dining there for you. Brilliant activities for you to get involved in as well. They do like a party on board MSC cruises as well. They've got the spa on board. They've got lovely shopping if you want to enjoy it in this part of the world. You're just going to love it. I mean, the spa is a real treat on board MSC, and they do special spa promotions as you go through your cruise as well. So here we are then for a week of cruising out of Barcelona and down the coast to France, to Marseille, where we can take a guided city tour here and see the Basilica Notre Dame de la Garde here, and lots of other amazing places nearby. Next, we cruise on to Genoa in Italy, and you can see the Palazzo San Giorgio here, the Doge's Palace, and the Christopher Columbus House. Or if you want to take a tour down to Portofino, lots of people do. It's gorgeous. Next, we cruise to Naples, where a tour would take you to the ancient ruins of Pompeii and to Mount Vesuvius, all in one day tour. Or you might want to tour down to the island of Capri as well. Lots of choices there. To Sicily next, to Palermo. It's a beautiful place. A lot of people tend to take the tours into Monreal, where you can enjoy the tremendous cathedral there, and the views across Palermo and the countryside is just wonderful. Next to Tunisia. Now, we've not seen Tunisia on cruise itineraries for a long time actually. La Galette, which of course contains the city of Carthage, which is UNESCO World Heritage surroundings, with a lovely amphitheatre and lots more. A day at sea, then we're back into Barcelona, and that is where we'll transfer you to the airport to then fly back to Sydney. Oh my word. Wow, that's a fabulous 2 weeks actually, isn't it? A nice city break and a good chunk of city break in Barcelona, and then a lovely cruise through Italy, Tunisia, and France as well, to and from Barcelona with the flights. It's wonderful. It's a really lovely opportunity. This is the kind of, it's kind of a mix. It's whatever you want this holiday to be. If you want to just go everywhere and enjoy the beaches, or just wandering around the ports that you go into, fantastic. If you want to be a real culture vulture, you can really dive into the culture, the heritage, the ancient ruins, the countryside, in all of these destinations. But this is a wonderful 2-week break in the Mediterranean for November. Includes your flights to and from Barcelona, and your transfer to your hotel in Barcelona for 4 nights to stay in the city. And then you'll transfer to the ship, MSC Splendida, for 7 nights of fabulous cruising, with your gratuities included, and the Easy Plus drinks package is included as well. Cruising France, Italy, Sicily and Tunisia, back to Barcelona, transfer back to the airport and flight back to Sydney, all included for this price tag here, of which you can put just a low deposit down today, because this goes when? November. It's quite a way off, isn't it? You can lock in that price tag today with a low deposit. And there are lots of ways to pay as well, actually. We have something called Travel Pay Later, where you can break down the cost of your holiday into equal payments, either 6 or 12 easy payments, and just make it as simple as you want to. And if you would like to upgrade and treat yourself even further, here are the price tags for doing that, but there's so much included in that package as well. You've got an amazing price. I mean, look at that. It's just $100 more to go ocean view, just $200 more to have that opening door and the fresh air and the table and chairs out on your own private balcony on board MSC Splendida. And she's an amazing ship as well. Again, slightly smaller, slightly more intimate than some of the bigger ships that are around these days. That lovely classical Italian styling and glamour that is on board. I love the fact that you've got the Easy Plus drinks package on board there as well, which is great. You've got a lot of drinks that are included in that, so that's less going on to your bill. Service charges and gratuities are already included in your MSC cruise fare. So actually you've got huge value for money there. Of course, the only things you would be treating yourselves to is kind of specialty dining, you know, other drinks, pamper treatments maybe. It's amazing, it's incredible. And price tags like this are the reason why 25 plus years later, so many Aussies are trusting us here at CruiseAway.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
So do you fancy one then with MSC? They're a great cruise line with a great personality and lots of inclusions. We've shown you just 3 of the offers there. Actually, MSC are cruising here, there and absolutely everywhere. And if you fancy Alaska, in fact, their maiden season for Alaska on MSC Poesía is in 2026, and there are lots of other packages available there. In fact, I know because I'm doing it myself in September in 2026, and I cannot wait. And I've cruised with MSC many times. You'll love the team on board are brilliant. Really friendly, really helpful. The food venues are many and varied. The great parties that they have, there's always an occasion, there's always some reason to join in with the party when you're on board MSC. But there are nice quiet spaces to escape to as well, and really lovely relaxing spas to enjoy. You're going to absolutely love it. Anyway, listen, that's just a small number of the offerings from MSC. Many more on our website, of course, at cruiseaway.com.au. And if our team can help you, remember we specialise in cruise and we have done for over 25 years. So call us on 1300 412 358 and have a chat with one of our very experienced team. And listen, I hope to see you back here soon for another show, because we cruise away every day. So I'll see you soon. Bye bye.